everyone. This is a Popcorn Heroes show. I am Armando. With me today is the entire cast of Saturday Night Live. Hey!
It's Saturday night!
Damn, look at that. All famous people here in the Popcorn Heroes podcast today. We got back for the first time, Mike.
Hey!
You gotta give me those 80s look.
Yeah.
I've never
You gotta look at the camera and do.
I've never seen an episode of Saturday Night Live.
Oh.
God's Gift, Orlando.
Yo.
What's up? And the bearded sensation, Pedro. What's up, man? There he is.
That was good. That was classic.
You gotta look like you're talking to someone away from the camera, and then you go, "Oh, I didn't see you there."
So they do like the 90s, 80s intros for sitcoms?
Yeah.
All of them did that shit. All of them. Well, today's show, we're going to be discussing / talking about / whatever you want to call it, about the PlayStation 5 console reveal and their little presentation of all the games that are be coming to it.
About time.
So,
Yeah.
let's get into it. What do you guys think about the console?
The console itself.
The design, the specs, what you mean?
The router?
The console, how did it look like? Yeah. What do you guys think about it?
I like it. It reminds me of Eve from WALL-E.
Wally.
It looks cool. It looks sleek, but it looks fucking giant as well. So, and it looks like it's gonna be uncomfortable to put horizontally, and that's how I like to put my systems.
Same.
Yeah.
So,
It's going to have a stand.
a horizontal stand?
Yeah.
I wonder how, because I'm looking at it now and it's curved. So is it
That's
gonna
why
have
it's
like
gonna have a stand? It's gonna have like a little disc stand.
that's gonna look interesting.
Mike,
Okay.
what do you think?
I like the look of it. I like that they're trying something different because, I mean, all the other consoles just look like a regular old console. I do like that they switched up the colors a little bit. How do you... I mean, I guess we'll get into more later, but overall, I think it was a good design. I like it. I like that, and I really like the way the controller looks a lot more than the console, though.
Yeah.
Orlando, what about you?
I liked how it looks. I know there's two different versions. There's a digital version and a hard drive version, so I'm curious to see how much they're going to cost. But just the way they look, I thought it was pretty sleek. I like what you guys said. I like how they changed it up, because we're so used to like the black sleek, rectangular shape that PlayStation has been doing for a while right now.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of interested. It kind of reminds me of the PS3, like the first PS3, like that glossy look, that it had. It was big and fat and glossy as fuck.
Yeah, the fat PS3.
Yeah, the fat PS3 kind of reminds me of that.
I remember it being glossy.
It was glossy. Yeah, it was glossy.
Yeah,
it was very shiny. So it kind of reminded me
people
just...
complain about the fingerprints.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me of something like that, like just more of like trying to make it more look more upscale. Instead of giving it like
it's gonna be glossy though. I think it's gonna be matte.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, like I think they try to change it up to make it look more like upscale.
Yeah.
Like this is not like your usual console. I think that's what the look they were going for. Yeah. But I liked how it looked. Yeah, thought it looked nice.
I liked it. I really liked it.
Supposedly
I liked the color scheme and all that stuff.
Supposedly they're fully customizable, so maybe they might have face plates or something, so you could probably make it however you like.
I would really like that for them to actually do a console that you could change up the look. They've never done that before, and I think it'd be very pro consumers essentially.
Absolutely.
That people could change up this look and how and it's money for them. People buy the plates from them. Yeah. So another profit generator for them for nothing, for plastic, which is
that'd be really cool, because that kind of reminds me of what Nintendo did for the 3DSs that were the smaller handheld ones. You can actually replace the face plates with different things. So if they're taking a bit out of that playbook, that's a good idea.
I like how this generation, both of them are changing things up. You have the massive cube from Xbox.
I hate that massive cube.
The fridge.
Yeah.
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 And now you have this different design from PlayStation also, and they're both seem massive.
One of my favorite memes was the where it's the glass table with the Xbox holding up the glass.
Yeah.
And then they put the PS5 on top of it.
I do like that one.
Or the comparison of the fan of that virtual of that huge ass fan that looks like a PlayStation 5. You guys see that one?
Yeah, I know which one you mean.
That was funny.
The ones that rotate.
Yeah. So
yeah, there's so many.
Out of both editions, which one will you guys get?
Based on aesthetics or based on what we've seen so far of both console?
Just on. No, I'm not talking about Xbox. I'm talking about PlayStation.
The versions,
editions.
I mean, that comes down to
the disc or the discless.
That
disc, dude, because it's gonna be backwards compatible, supposedly. So hell yeah, more bang for my buck.
That comes to me. I think it honestly comes down also to the price, because like I don't have that much disc games anymore at this point. Like most of my games that I play are digital, so I don't have that many disc games anymore. So like at this point, like I'm ready to make the full leap. So especially if it's like a big price margin difference, then yeah, I probably would do a digital version.
You going all digital?
I think it's
It does
like I
look
said,
slicker.
it's not about for me. It's not really about the look. It's more of like how much more am I saving, and is it gonna be like the same hard drive, or is it be more space? Because obviously, if I'm doing digital, I need more space. So
yeah. Yeah. What about you, Mike? Will you go disc or?
Definitely go. I have a bunch of PS4 games on actual disc, so I'm going disc regardless.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I'm most likely to go disc also, because just like I like having it for a Blu-ray drive.
Yeah.
True.
Absolutely, dude. That's the other thing. I don't have a fucking Blu-ray player, so it would have to be this. So yeah, that just made it 110% that I'm definitely getting it.
So let's throw some prices we think. Pedro, kick it off. What do you think for disc and discless?
I'm gonna say, I don't know. I'm gonna say 400 discless, 450 with the disc, or 430 with a disc.
430. They never. Nobody releases.
Let's discuss.
No one releases a console with like $429.99. Like what the fuck? No one. This is not brand smart.
That's his guess, man. Let's keep going. Mike, what do you think?
I agree. I think it'd probably be 4 for the. Actually, how much is the Xbox with no disc right now? Well, when it came out. Oh shit! Fuck no. I'm agreeing with Pedro. 400, for the disc, but I would say 550. I don't think it'd be more than 550 for the disc one.
You think 150 more for a disc version?
At most I want to say 500, but at most 550.
Damn.
But I don't think it'd be over too far over 500. They're alienating people again. Actually, let me stick with 500. 500.
All right. Orlando, what do you think?
So supposedly like disc drives, they're about like $50 normally. So if anything, they're saving $50. So maybe they'll cut the price down $50, $50 less. But I do think they want people to come in. Darn man, I'm so conflicted right now. Cause I remember reports saying that like for what the console has, people are saying like this is gonna be easily like a $600 console. But I don't think they're gonna do that. I think that like you're gonna get to that territory where there's too much money. So I'm gonna go with, just to break, because you and Pedro and Mike pretty much have the same answers. So I'm gonna say 450 digital version, and the disc drive 500. The disc drive version 500, just to change up a little bit.
$499.
$499.99.
Who the fuck sells a console at $500? It's $499.
Yeah. I would go with 450 discless and 550 disc.
Yeah, all digital. Yeah, all digital and disc.
Yeah, that's
450?
Right.
550.
That's right.
450 and 550.
Without disc, 550 with disc. I think it's gonna be
And as
$100
of-
difference between both.
I think it might change
And
depending on
as of right now, none of them have released their prices, right?
exactly.
None. None
No,
of them.
they're trying
And
to see
apparently,
like
Xbox is gonna have also a discless,
Yeah, I'm sure.
all digital version of their console too.
so.
And it's funny that PlayStation went up first for that.
So for the rumor Xbox, it's called the Lockhart, and the rumor is people are like speculating that, or at least like what if like Xbox at this point they just want you in their ecosystem. What if Xbox, we have they have xCloud, but basically they're working on that, like it's their all streaming service. So the xCloud basically like you just stream any game you want to stream kind of thing. So what if like Lockhart, that's the code name for that console, is
It's
like
a
just
streaming platform.
like what if it's like a thumb drive, like a Fire Stick?
I think it
And
has
then
to
you
be bigger.
Would that be bigger if you're streaming the game?
I think so. Yeah. I think
Why?
it'd probably be the size of like a cable box, if anything.
Okay, but what if like that's the next thing where like it's just a streaming box. So then that way literally like, cuz they were saying that xCloud is going to come to like Samsung TVs.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and and obviously Microsoft made like they said like years ago, like maybe 2 years ago, that like they want to put Game Pass on like the Switch. I should remember that.
Yeah.
So like
But-
Microsoft is eventually gonna get out the console game, out the console like war situation, and be like a streaming platform.
I
I
believe
can
it.
see that happening. That's a good one. That's a good theory. That Lockhart is essentially just like
Yeah.
$100 to $150.
Yeah, like super
Type of
cheap, like
device.
$100, $250, 200, like not more than like 200 or something like
Yeah.
that, and then you just get in and you stream everything. Supposedly
that makes
xCloud is
sense.
working really well, so yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That would be pretty good. And they're
s-
taking a long time to announce it too. I don't understand why they're taking them so long. Like
I
PlayStation
think-
came out with their digital version before them, and it's been rumored longer for Xbox. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I think 'cause that's I think that's why they're not announcing it yet, because like it's not a digital version. It's like a streaming service. It's a streaming device. That's
It's
the
a
main
whole
difference. Yeah, it's a different thing. So I think they want to make sure they have xCloud like on like the best shape, so they can like fully like kick the doors off.
yeah.
I mean, but if they're streaming, though, you still have the problem with, I guess, lag or whatever.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's getting
Stadia.
better. I think it's getting better, and so like, if you could sell it for dirt cheap for like $100, who wouldn't want to jump in? Especially like, okay, like yeah,
Me?
there's lag, but I get to play like Xbox exclusives on my
The
TV.
most popular games in the world are games where you absolutely can't have lag. Fortnite, battle royale games are taking over, or just multiplayer competitive games. Period.
Any shooter game.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what I'm saying. Like you could, it's like you have like you can have your PlayStation for everything else, and then your Xbox is like Xbox exclusives. Kind of like how you have your Switch. Your Switch is like your indie games.
Your Xbox
Your
exclusives.
Switch is like,
so you can play
your
Forza
Switch
all
is-
day. What are the Xbox exclusives?
oh, all right. Well, we had
Gears?
they
Halo?
they did buy like all those studios, so I know they didn't really show.
Exactly.
3 years from now, they'll have good games.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. With all those
Yeah, they have to
studios.
actually be proven to be good games.
Yeah. That, we hope so, right?
Yeah, I would hope so.
The people who did that game that you like so much, Pleasure, with the sound.
Hellblade?
I forgot the name of it. No.
What game with the sound?
Oh, yeah.
Amplitude.
No,
You're not talking about the rhythm roller coaster game?
no, man.
Then it is Hellblade, the one with the girl.
Hellblade. There
Where she
you go.
hears,
Nigga, that's what
where
I
she
fucking
hears the
said.
voices. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was what Mike said. I thought you meant the rhythm game.
No. they're making a second part of that game, and it looks bigger than the
That
first
was exclusive to
one. It looks nicer
Microsoft.
even.
Wait, was the first one a
Yeah.
Microsoft exclusive?
No, it
No,
was
the
a
first
third
one was
party.
the first one was a PlayStation exclusive for a year or two, and then it went to PC.
Damn, that
They
hurts.
went everywhere.
If the
So
sequel's
now
gonna
Hellblade
be,
is gonna be yeah.
I think that's a big one because the first one was pretty popular, right?
And
Yeah,
First one was
very
really
popular.
good.
and the
It
people
was
that
like a
made
AAA indie game.
Damn, that hurts. That hurts.
the
to
people
lose
that
one.
made the Outer Worlds is also part of Xbox now too.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not a fan of them. Obsidian?
Obsidian,
yeah.
but Obsidian makes good RPGs,
Yeah.
and they might have something up their sleeve, man.
They make like Bethesda RPGs with like glitches and shit. I got Bethesda for that.
Yeah.
But Oddworld was good, right, Orlando? You said.
Outer Worlds. Yeah, it was
Outer
good.
Worlds. They'll probably
pretty
do Fable, man. They're gonna bring back Fable.
Yeah, they're definitely going to bring back Fables. That's going to bring people back for sure.
So, given what we know now, of the console, are you guys buying it day one?
No. Black Friday
probably
next
not.
year, baby.
It probably won't be day one because the games that I'm interested in, I'm pretty sure they're not going to be day one. So
If Marvel Spider-Man is
yeah,
available day one, I'm getting that shit day
holiday.
fucking one, baby.
It's holiday 2020.
But that game
Yeah,
also
it says-
looks
it
like
says
it'll be
holiday.
available for
It's a
PS4 though.
game, though. It's gonna be a PS4 game.
Yeah,
Did
but
they announce that it would be a PS4 game or?
I'm pretty sure.
there's
it is.
no way it's not gonna be for PS4. There's no way.
Yeah.
That would be insane.
Yeah.
As many people bought the
It's
first one.
essentially Uncharted Legacy,
Lost Legacy.
Or-
right.
Lost Legacy,
Yeah.
or the infamous one, second whatever, the light
Second
something.
Son.
First Light.
First Light, yeah.
First Light. It's gonna be one of those big DLC type of thing.
Yeah.
And that's what this game is. But it is gonna be a launch game for
Oh,
um.
getting that thing
for
launch
PS5.
day.
So
you're gonna
if
get
that
one on launch day.
Yeah, if Spider-Man's for it, absolutely.
Baller.
for a PS4 game,
Nigga, I'm single. I ain't got no kids. I ain't got nothing to spend this money on.
Well, you gotta think about that. It's gonna be highly enhanced for the PS5.
Absolutely.
no, for sure.
So it is
I
gonna
remember-
be better on the PS5.
I remember when I got Destiny for PS3 and I saw those shadows and I was like, this shit is grotesque. And then I went to fucking PS4 and I was like, wow.
You saw the difference, right? I was like,
Yo, it night and day.
exactly.
That game had a massive difference from PS4 to PS5.
It
But
was
do
it
you-
was it was
Yeah.
despicable that it
But-
was even on the 3.
Looking at the PS5 game that they showed, honestly, it doesn't look like that much of a graphical leap, though.
But weren't they showing it on
It really
PS4s?
Well,
No,
if
everything was showed on PS5.
PS5, yeah.
It
Well,
was
if
just a
you look
smaller
at-
res.
Yeah, the one that I was shocked, like not shocked, but like seeing the potential of the PS5 was Ratchet and Clank. You saw how busy
No,
the
that shit
game
was that shit looked good. And I don't
Yeah.
even like Ratchet and Clank like that.
And that is the reason why PS5 is gonna be better. It's
Yeah.
graphically it's gonna look better, but the fact that you could have so much shit happening in a game
Yeah.
and not
Right.
slow it down, that is the power of the PS5.
Yeah, you know what I was
That
just
game
thinking
was
of?
busy, man. There was so much happening in that game.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about when they inevitably make a sequel to that zombie game, you know, the biker zombie game.
Oh, yeah, Days Gone.
Days Gone.
Days Gone. Can you imagine the hordes of zombies that they'll be
Yeah.
able to do with
Yeah.
the PS5 without
Yeah.
lagging? That's going to be amazing.
And that game for sure is gonna be has gonna have a sequel. And
For
even if
sure.
you look
Oh,
at
for sure.
Horizon, dude. Look at Horizon. How it seems like you could go from the land to the sea, and there's a whole different city in there.
Yeah.
Like there's life in
Yeah.
there. So that's also a graphical. I'm not a graphical, but it's under the hood shit that
Yeah.
you're not. You don't. You'll notice it of like the details and how busy the screen is. And
Yeah.
It's-
What I want is no more hidden loading screens because now they're so obvious to me.
Yeah.
So the 5 is going to remove that altogether, which I'm glad. Because I'm like, there's only so many corridors I could squeeze through before I'm like, God damn. Like, come on.
So with the I hate like the force squeezing through tight corners and all that bullshit. Or with that though, do you guys prefer PS5 with shorter loading times or Xbox with more just power under the hood?
Not PS5, dude, because
I
it's going
think
to have the fucking
I think it depends on
games
what
for
you
it.
what you do with that. power, and what you do with like that the capability. But at the end of the day, it's all about games, like Pedro said. So
Yeah.
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 And
I'm okay
I'm
with
sure we can
Professor.
I'm sure we can all agree that Sony is like knocking it out the park with their exclusives at the moment.
I feel like when
Yeah,
it comes to first party exclusives, especially Sony, the developers always figure a way to squeeze like everything they can out of the system. Versus Microsoft first party games are good, but I don't feel like they get everything they can out of like the Xbox.
They don't. And the Xbox, especially with the new one, like, I don't know. I feel like Xbox people like the what is it, the enhanced version, the Pro version, what's the name of it? I don't know right now.
The One X.
Xbox
One
the
X.
One X. Is
Yeah.
that what it's called?
These names
That
are
one's more
horrible.
powerful than the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
So, and yet they still can't take the power from it.
Yeah,
Which
you
is
don't
odd.
really see any games that like master that power. Because I mean, they also still have to design the games around the older model, so you can't really push it the way you would want to, I guess. Which makes no sense, but okay.
Yeah.
But and I think also with just developer wise, like it's like every time we're at the end of a console generation, that's when we see like a game that takes advantage of like that full capability of the console.
Yeah.
So we seen it with like God of War 2 at the end of like the PS2's like life cycle.
Yeah.
Last of Us, I believe, came at the end of the PS3 cycle.
PS3.
And then like now Last of Us Part 2 seems to
Again.
be that
Yeah.
seems to be that game that like is taking full advantage of like the console. So I think in general we're not going to see the full scope of PS4, PS5 and Xbox Series X until like the end of like their generation, where we have like developers who know exactly what they're doing. And most of the time that comes from like first party studios, because it's their, like, they have to worry about one like system. But Mike is right though, because Xbox is doing this whole thing where like play all your games on all our consoles, so you really can't push it to the limit,
Yeah.
That
like
is true.
I think for the first like 2 years, Xbox announced that all their games will work on all the Xboxes. Or I think
Damn.
S and up, not the original Xbox. I think S and up, all their games will run on it. So
Yeah, see,
Halo
that's-
5, the next Forza, Halo 6,
Yeah.
the
Halo
next
6.
Forza, and so on and so forth. That stuff will run on the S and up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should be
Maybe they're
focusing
being too
on
friendly.
the Series X. Yeah.
And then they're gonna come up with all sorts of letters. Series blah blah blah, Series Alpha, Series Omega, all kinds of shit.
The naming system, I don't know what they're doing, but that shit's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean-
it's always been annoying.
Yeah, the PlayStation one's simple. It's just keep going.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exactly. Let's get
Keep
easier
counting
than
up,
that.
man. But yeah, I do feel that everything that's the power is under the hood for sure.
Right.
And I wonder how they're gonna use the controller also, like, because they said they have the adaptive stuff.
I'm so excited for that.
So I'm curious
Really?
to see how people, first parties, specifically first party, actually use that
Use it.
to either your advantage or whatever it is that.
I learned my lesson when they hyped up the fucking 6-axis like it was the next
Oh, I
big
hated the
fucking
6-axis.
thing. It was such
Whoa.
bullshit.
The thing was, it was a big thing. It's just that no one took advantage of
Yeah,
it.
no one used it. Except to fucking shake
one
a
used
controller and reload. Bullshit.
All I did was in Little Big Planet, I could make them dance, and I could chuck a grenade on Uncharted.
And Infamous,
That was it.
Infamous also, where you're shaking the spray can, and you went. And you,
Jesus, I
you did
didn't
that.
even remember
hated
that.
I'm just like, Jesus Christ, this is so stupid.
It is. Because I mean, they
Oh.
still have the capabilities, but you still don't really
in
use
Last
it for
of
anything.
Us, in Last of Us right now, when your flashlight is flickering, you shake your controller
Oh, yeah.
and your flashlight works fine.
It's
I remember
always
that.
something so stupid.
I think a game that might show like the controllers that capability is Astro's Playroom, which is gonna come like it's pretty much like it's gonna come
Bundled.
packaged into the PS5. So like it's gonna be like I think it's gonna be like a mini showcase of what the PS5 is capable of in terms of like
I agree.
its controller and what the graphics might look like. It's kind of like just like a mini taste of like what can you expect for the PS5. So I think
they
Astro's
have-
Playroom.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, I think Astro's Playroom is gonna show like all the dumb little features, like the haptic feedback and like the adaptive triggers.
Yeah.
The motion controls. I think that is gonna show you all of that stuff, and then maybe a few more games like Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart, and Horizon might give you more of that. I don't see anybody else using.
Sackboy's Adventure, which is another Little Big Planet, that's probably gonna play with it too.
That's true.
Yeah, for sure.
But as far
'Cause
as like
they've always done it.
the Astro, don't they have like a Playroom type esque game for PS4 right now?
Right now, yeah, you could play.
Yeah,
it.
I've never played. How many people have actually played that?
I don't know.
You
But
need
some people
you
like
needed
it,
a PlayStation camera for that.
Oh, you're right. You're right. That's why I never did it. Okay, you might have a point. So maybe this one will be more accessible if it doesn't have that stupid feature.
Yeah,
yeah,
it seems
this
like it
one's
just has a,
you just need a controller.
yeah, it seems like it has like little mini games. I guess it's just like something to like chew on while you play the real shit that matters.
Shit. Yeah, kind of like how they gave you Wii Sports for the Wii.
Yeah.
It's just something.
So
And then the Wii Sports was to get the hang of the actual movement. So yeah, Orlando, what you're saying makes sense. It's pretty much like this is how our controller works, and then there it is.
Yeah, I think that's
How
what
do you
they're
guys-
gonna go for.
how do you guys feel about Grand Theft Auto porting into another system now?
I mean, at this point, it's
GTA
the
5 never
Skyrim.
ends.
It's the Skyrim. You might as well fucking bleed that shit dry.
Yeah, they're
I mean,
milking the
it-
shit out of GTA Online. Well, GTA
But that's
5
a weird
period.
thing though, because it's already like everything's backwards compatible, isn't it? So like, are you just upping the graphics or
It's free.
Well,
this a
the
PS
online portion is gonna be free though.
right?
Yeah.
But is the PS5 version something I need to buy that's different from the PS4 version? You know?
But you're not.
They
you're
did
not
say
buying
they said
online.
it's well, GTA 5 is going to have enhanced features, so I'm assuming that would translate into GTA Online.
and it's gonna be free for PlayStation users.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be free for a few months, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not free.
Yeah,
They
I
did
mean, so
say they were
PlayStation
gonna do
Plus,
some-
essentially.
What I'm trying to say
really
is that
good
if you have the PS4 version, right? If you have Grand Theft Auto for PS4, and the PS5 is backward compatible, does your PS5 upgrade? Like, do you get
Well,
upgraded with the
But that's
enhancements?
if it is part of the PlayStation 5 compatibility. I don't think
Yes.
all games are gonna be compatible, backwards compat. I think it's gonna be a specific amount of games.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be a good amount of games, but not.
They need to have everything compatible with the old gen. Like, they can't
Yeah,
do
but-
like.
They're doing essentially what Xbox did with their backwards compat.
But
You know how
Xbox
they keep adding
current,
games to it.
yeah.
I think that's what PlayStation's gonna do. Also, they're gonna do
Yeah.
like a specific amount of games, like maybe I don't know, 200 games are backwards compatible on the PlayStation 5. I think anything that came out this year is backwards compatible automatically on the PlayStation 5. But anything
Yeah.
before that is gonna be added to it. You know, I don't think it's gonna be fully like you know how we did the PS2 when you put a PS1 disc, it worked. I don't think it's gonna work like that on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a specific amount of games, and those are gonna be backwards compatible.
Well,
So I don't think all games are. And
'cause at-
now that Grand Theft Auto 5 is saying that they're gonna be on the PlayStation 5, I don't think that's gonna be backwards compatible. I think they're gonna force people to buy it. It's Rockstar, man. They care about the moolah.
I think so too, because they are saying that it features enhancements and will be expanded, like their exact words.
Yeah.
So yeah, in that case, I think Armando's right. This is one of the few games that you'll have to just buy again,
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
you
the
just
versions
pay-
are different.
or get it for free, like
Or,
like
but
it says.
can't you just play the PS4 version though on the PS5? You don't think they
don't
will
think
let
so.
you
No-
play
no.
the PS4 version?
Why?
Yeah.
Why not? You have-
exactly. Why?
Because there's a PS5 version.
I don't think so. I don't think you'll be able to play the PS4 version on the 5. That's what we're saying.
So
I don't think
That
it'll be
doesn't make
backwards compatible.
sense. If there's a PS5
So-
version, why would you play the PS4 version on the PS5?
So Microsoft has already said that like every game that comes out for Xbox, they have something called Smart Delivery that basically it will be on the Xbox Series X. Like just you'll get that version of the game. Like if you buy like Cyberpunk 2077,
Cyberpunk has
Uh,
smart delivery.
and you'll get smart delivery, which kind of pretty much gives you the PS5 version. But PlayStation hasn't announced anything like that yet, and
And they're not going
and
to.
so
Nope.
Yeah, right.
They're so
PlayStation 5 would
stingy,
not do
dude.
that.
They're so fucking.
no, but I
like,
think they are gonna do something like
snobby.
that though. I feel like they are gonna do something like, hey, you have this game, okay, like how like the PS Pro basically, real like you put a game in, it's like, hey, you have the PS4 Pro. We're gonna update it. We're going to upgrade the graphics, and we're gonna upgrade like the visuals, and you could pick like what do you want, like frame rate, or do you want performance or such and such.
If
Why
that was
can't
the
the
case,
PS5? Why can't you deal with the PS5?
if that was the case, they would have said it. But you have like developers like Rockstar saying, "Okay, we're gonna have a PS5 version with more features," or Bungie saying Destiny is gonna be for PS5, better looking on all this. If that was the case, Sony would be saying something instead of the developers themselves having to say our PS5 version is gonna be this and that.
Destiny 5 is not gonna be backwards compat, right?
Destiny 2.
What did they say?
It's not going to be backwards compatible, but there's going to be crossplay between generations.
But that's the thing though. Like you have one company saying that like, hey, most of your games are gonna almost most and all your games are gonna pretty much be playable on the Series X, and they'll look better on the Series X as well. And PS5 not doing that, especially like these are not like first party games. Like PlayStation, like Rockstar is not a first party game, and Destiny is not a first party game. You know what I'm saying? Like it seems like Microsoft is saying that like, yeah, Destiny 2 is gonna run on the Series X. You don't have to buy it again. Grand Theft Auto is gonna run on the Series X. You don't have to buy it again.
But you got to keep in mind that Xbox is very consumer friendly.
Exactly.
PlayStation isn't.
They're playing from behind. They got to do whatever it takes to get the consumers on board. Sony doesn't really have to do all of that at this point.
And perception is that PlayStation did an amazing job with this console reveal.
Yeah.
Everybody loved it. So, I don't know, dude.
I mean, in a
I don't
perfect
think
world,
PlayStation would do that.
that would be great. Yeah, but I don't see it happening.
I see that. I think they're not gonna alienate players, especially when you have like, what is it, like 110 million sold or 107 million sold PS4s. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna alienate players and be like, yeah, you have to buy your games again, even though they're the exact game, they just look prettier. No, I can see them doing that for like, and they've already said it, like PS5 games are PS5 games, like first party studio games are only coming to PS5 and that's it. Like they're not coming to like PS4 game. Like Ratchet & Clank isn't coming to the PS4. Horizon 2 isn't coming to the PS4. That makes sense. So with that being said, it's just like I can see them doing that for their stuff, but I just can't see them like literally GTA 5, one of the best selling games of all time, being like, yeah, no, you have to buy it again. Cause fuck you. That doesn't make any sense.
Didn't you have to? You had to buy it again for PS4. What are you talking about? They've done it before.
I could see them being
PS3 games couldn't go to PS5.
Yeah, I had GTA 5 for PS3. I had to get it again for PS4.
But that was because of the processor, the cell processor that the PS3 had, and I don't think they're gonna do that again. That wasn't because like a Rockstar thing. Like you can, I believe you pay the Xbox Grand Theft Auto 5, the 360 version. I think you play it on the PS on the Xbox One. So I just don't think they're gonna do that. It's not consumer friendly. Like I said, like Destiny's a huge game. Grand Theft Auto 5 is a huge game. To tell consumers, yeah, you need to buy this game over again to play it again. I know it's free or something like that, but it's only free for like a short amount of time.
Yeah,
so,
but if in Destiny's case, like Bungie announced that, if you have Destiny for PS4, then you'll have it for PS5. Everything you have. If Bungie is telling you and not Sony, then that kind of implies that Sony's not taking care of that.
Oh, so you don't have to buy it. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, Destiny 2, I won't have to buy it. I'll have all my DLC, all my character information when I get a PS5.
Okay. But maybe that's like their version of smart delivery. They just haven't said anything yet because I don't know. They're just waiting.
I mean, it's possible, but I wouldn't be surprised if they don't do it.
I can't see them not doing that.
Yeah, Sony is very cheap, dude.
Very.
What the fuck?
Yeah. They didn't even want crossplay, remember? How fucking...
Yeah. People had to
weird they
riot
were.
for fucking crossplay.
Yeah. They're like, oh, your friends want to play with you? Tell them to buy a fucking PlayStation. It's like, all right.
Yeah, we got shit over here. Why you need to play with them niggas? Fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. So, with that mentality, they're not going to bend over backwards to win, which they're already winning without having to do that. So, I would love it, but I don't see that happening.
Like I said, Orlando, I think there are going to be a select games. They did say that any game that came out this year is going to be backwards compat. Like they're forcing developers to make it backwards compat. But I don't think I don't like Cyberpunk announced it on Xbox that they're doing the upgraded version for free on the new console. But they didn't do it for PlayStation.
Well, they haven't announced it for PlayStation. That's the thing. Like, I just think that...
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They're not saying that...
Maybe it's not going to happen.
But they're not saying they're not doing it. It's also just part of smart delivery. Like, that's why that's why they announced it, because it's just a part of smart delivery.
Yeah, that's
Same
the
thing
Xbox thing. Xbox is doing that for consumers. Now you got to think about if PlayStation's going to willing to do that for their consumers.
I just can't imagine them not doing that. I can't see it.
Time will tell.
Yeah,
I guess
exactly.
we'll find out in the next few months. You know, it comes out in November. We have 5 months to the release. July, August, October. Yeah, 5 months. So maybe in the next month or so, we're gonna get more info. We still don't know how the UI. We got a small glimpse of the UI in the stream.
Yeah, very small glimpse.
So we don't know how the UI is. We don't know how much it costs. They still have to do that. And
For UI, is there anything you guys want in terms of UI? Like, no one talks about the importance of the UI, but
I don't give a fuck, man.
For it to be faster in the fucking PlayStation Store, Jesus Christ.
Yes. I was just going to say, the UI, look-wise, I'm totally fine with.
Yeah,
I just wish the speed would be faster.
that shit is
That's about it.
ridiculous sometimes.
It's
bloated,
got to
man.
load, or even when you're shifting through them, it's shifting, but you still need to wait for the other ones to load.
Yeah.
Like, it just needs to speed it up.
It's
really just that. But the UI, I like the look normally.
it's better
think
than
that
it used to be, but it still could be. They still can improve.
Yeah, I
Playing-
actually plugged in my PS3 the other day because my mom doesn't have a Blu-ray player, and I was like, oh, I got my PS3 still here, so I plugged it in. Yo, I had to download, I forgot which app, and I went to the store and I was like, oh my god, how was I ever able to do any of this?
PS3 store is horrendous.
That's
Dude,
the
it was
worst one
dreadful.
by far.
It was
Like
so bad.
that
Oh, that's
shit
what it
doesn't
was,
load.
because I went to download like Netflix and shit, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On the
shows-
PS3 version, that shit doesn't load, man. It literally takes you years for it to load. It's so frustrating.
yeah.
But yeah, I do want it. I want it to be slimmer, essentially. I feel like it's too bloated. Like a lot of the stuff on the
I agree.
on the game stuff, there's just too much.
Just the
shit
way they
going
have
on.
shit organized is okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
I want a simple. You know, I want a simplified version of the UI, so it could be faster and sleeker. You know.
I kind of want just to have like on Switch, you can have a wish list. So when things are on sale, I just go to my wish list and then I see what's on sale from that wish list. I kind of want something like that. I would like
Shit, even Nintendo has that wish list thing.
yeah.
I didn't even realize PlayStation doesn't have that.
They don't do that.
Slacking.
I would like to be able to buy like someone else a game, like say like gifting, like
Steam does that.
yeah.
Nah, fuck that. Buy somebody else a game, nigga. For what?
Well, you know, like one of your friends, and you're like, yo, here, I got you this game. It's already downloaded to your shit. You know, like stuff like that.
I would like
That's
to.
cool.
That doesn't
borrow
make any sense. It
digital
would just
games.
download a game onto someone else's system.
You can do that. You can do that though on PS4.
Steam. Oh.
on PS4.
You could share a game to PS4. You could play that game. You could borrow that game.
Yeah, but you're saying buy a game and then have that game download to the other person's system without the person knowing?
No,
That's gifting. It's talking about
That's gifting. he wants to borrow. Technically, you can borrow on PS4.
Yeah,
you can
but
borrow.
You only borrow for like 3 hours or some shit like that.
Oh,
1
you're
hour.
sharing the
Demo,
game.
essentially.
Yeah, okay.
But I want to essentially, like, Mike is like, yo, man, let me try out your Last of Us. And I'm like, oh, all right, man, here. And I could send it to him for like a day or some shit like that. Like, you can put limits
That'll
on it.
never happen for any system. What? That's crazy.
I would love that.
Everybody would love that. All the freeloaders in the world. You crazy? I would love that too.
Dude, it happens in the disc. Like, I could, if like, Pedro lets people borrow games all the time, dude. I mean, if it, you are essentially not losing money. Because if Pedro has a disc and he gives it to me, I have the game now.
You are losing money
install it and I'll
because,
play the game.
especially as we're moving towards a discless future, that doesn't make any sense. That has no value for them.
It should have value for them, I think. Because if I could do it on disc, why can't I do it on digital? And you're getting more money on digital side.
So what you're saying is, if you lend it, for example, you buy a game, you lend it to me, I can play it. Now you can no longer play it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'll be okay with that. I'm lending you the game
I wonder.
for like a day or
how that-
something, whatever it is.
Nah, man, that doesn't make any
There's a
sense.
limit on the license.
So then this person could play the game, potentially, depending on the game, like if it's a first-person shooter, they can beat the game and never buy the game again.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens when people fucking lend people digital disc. I mean, a
Exactly,
disc.
and companies hate that. Why would they facilitate you being able
Yeah.
to do that?
There's a reason companies are pushing digital, so
Yeah.
shit like that doesn't happen.
They don't even like you being able to sell used games. Why would they? Nah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't see that happening either.
They should
They're
be
too
able to
fucking
let-
greedy.
They should be
Too
able to
greedy
let
for that
happen
shit.
too.
You don't even.
I should be able to sell Mike my used game.
That would be
Mike-
great if you could sell your
Mike,
own.
you want to play Destiny 2? Here, I'll sell it to you for $30. Bam. Take that shit.
The PS4's feature they have, you can play it for an hour. It really isn't that bad, honestly. Like I did it a few times, and like what I did was like I gave someone my game to stream basically, and then I
Yeah.
watched TV. And then when my stream ended, I went back in and I just gave it back another hour. Like it's not that big of a deal. You can do that right now.
Yeah, but that would be ridiculous for someone to beat an entire game like that. That just takes too much. So that makes
Yeah.
more sense. You can test out a game for an hour and change or a couple hours. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But to let someone
Yeah,
borrow a game for a day,
Yeah, time limit, not a full
yeah,
rental.
that's pretty much what that is. Now it would. That's a great feature.
Free
but-
rental.
I remember that one time I was in high school and I went to my friend's house and I saw him play the beginning of Kingdom Hearts. I'm not sure if it was one or two.
I remember that. Yeah.
And then the next day I came and he beat the game. Like the whole
Jesus
game.
Christ, that nigga
So
did
it's
not
possible.
sleep.
Nah, nigga had no
He-
life.
You're talking about Amari? No. What happened was you were playing and you fell asleep, and when you woke up, he beat the game.
Was that what happened? Something like that.
Yeah. Because he said, "Yo, wake me up in a bit," because you guys were gonna go laser tagging.
Oh,
And he's like,
yeah.
Orlando's a
'Cause-
fucking liar, man.
I remember, yo, that was years ago. That's a different.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Yeah, but Amari
That's a
has
different-
beaten a game in a day though.
No.
Like
Like
That was,
bought a
Kingdom
game
Hearts,
once and
Kingdom
he beat
Hearts
it
in a
one day.
day.
No. You know what it was? I think it was. I think you're right. But I think it was. I went to his house. This is the one
Yeah.
he's saying is I went to his house and he lived in Orlando or something.
Yeah, it was because I dropped you off. I was gonna go see Chantel.
And I gave him my PSP. I think to play like Kingdom Hearts, like
Yeah.
the Birth by Sleep.
Yeah.
I think. And I was like, oh, like later times at 8, and I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna take a nap. Like wake me up, and he just didn't wake me up, and I just fell asleep and he played the game all day. But the Kingdom Hearts 2 story, that one I saw. I remember seeing it. So twice he did it twice basically.
Yeah, he's the man.
Good old Mari.
I guess it's possible, man.
Yeah, that's a good feature, but I doubt that would ever happen in this lifetime.
All right, what about you could rent it for a fee?
Rent a game for
Like
a
if
fee?
I have it, and Pedro wants to play it for a day, I could lend it to him for $5. And
Does
Pedro
Sony get a
You
portion?
Yeah, I was gonna say, who gets the money?
PlayStation takes a cut.
No.
No, they gotta take all of it. They
gotta take
ain't
all of
allowing
it.
that shit.
Yeah.
You get money.
Why would they do that when they could just make you buy the game?
A cut between them and the developer, essentially. So Sony takes $2, the developer takes $3. for a day rental.
Of the $5.
I mean, they're doing it on Redbox, man. People be Redboxing game. One of our coworkers does that. That's how he plays all his games. He just Redbox.
Redbox, no, you can no longer rent from Redbox anymore games.
They just
That's
stopped.
How,
So
that's how bad
stopped.
the business model was for them.
Yeah.
They could rent games from Redbox?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you didn't know that?
It was like $3 a day.
So the reason
so
why
stupid.
that business model is so bad is because people kept stealing the games, and what they would do is they would put a picture, because what it does is it scans it if it looks like the disc. So people will just take a picture of it, print it, and they'll put a fake paper disc on top of it, and then the Redbox will scan it and go, "Oh, the game's back," but really it's just a fucking paper cutout.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
So, yeah, they get $5, but then they lose a $60 game.
People will still, Lord, people will always find a way.
Our friend from work was telling us that they did that for Spider-Man a lot.
Damn.
When
Them
Spidey
scams.
came out.
I don't blame
I mean,
people.
Spidey's
yeah.
only like a 20-hour game though. You could be like in the weekend.
Yeah, people don't want to pay the $6, man. They
Yeah.
just want to get the free game.
We got a lot of shit going
So
on.
yeah, let's talk about the games, man. I know you got a list, Pedro. Tell me about the first party games.
All right, I'll just cut to the first party one. So it's in no particular order. Actually, they put it in from best to last. Best first, but well, maybe not. All right, I'm gonna just start with this list. So they start with Horizon Forbidden West, the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn.
I didn't watch that one.
Really?
Well, I still haven't played the first one, so I didn't feel the need to watch
okay.
that trailer.
Oh, damn.
No, that's a good thing too, because they kind of do like quick cuts of the first game.
Yeah.
So
See?
let's just say that the environment looks a lot cooler, and it looks like you'll be able to like go underwater and shit. And
Mike, man, you gotta play that game, dude.
I will play it after
You'll like it.
I beat Last of Us. Then Horizon is the next thing on my list.
What about Ghost of Tsushima?
I'm not playing that I'm not buying it when it comes out.
I will.
Oh man, why not?
It doesn't look
What
like
I
that
hope-
good.
What I hope, and I'm sure they'll fix for Horizon. The first Horizon, one of my biggest complaints was the climbing mechanics.
Oh,
it
my
was
gosh, it was
too. Yeah, it was too like, especially since I had just played Breath of the Wild,
the
where
Wild.
you can climb anything, and then suddenly you're in Horizon, where it's like you can only climb yellow shit, and it's like, bruh.
That's not
Seriously?
fair, right? That's not fair at all. You can't compare it to
also-
Breath of the Wild.
I also hope that that the animals could follow you, like you have followers. You know how you can convert them, but they.
Oh right, yeah,
I wish they could actually follow you, so you.
yeah,
could,
you can hack them.
Yeah, and have them attack other animals too.
I mean, maybe it seems like they gave her like extra abilities, so who knows? I'm excited for it. This was definitely one of the highlights of the whole last generation. So
Yeah.
next on the list was Mike's wet dream. We got Marvel
Here we
Spider-Man
go.
Miles Morales.
Oh, I've been waiting years for this.
Morales.
Day one purchase, baby. I can't wait for that one. That shit looks so good. And it barely showed
You're buying a
anything.
PlayStation 5 specifically for this game.
Absolutely.
Damn, Mike's such a baller, dude.
Absolutely. You crazy? I want to
Mike-
play
Go over your
it
house
in the
just to
best
look at
way
it.
possible.
Mike, are you mad that he got the short end of it? He got like basically like a 10-hour story. Like he's getting like basically a expanded DLC.
No, he could have got nothing.
That's true.
And
That's so true.
and he's probably, you know what I feel this is gonna be. I think this is kind of like a tutorial of his moves. So when the second one comes out, you'll be able to play as both. That's what I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. I think
That
the
sounds
second one's
good.
gonna have both.
I wouldn't have a problem with that. But yeah, this one I'm definitely excited for. It looks good. They did an amazing job with the first game, so I have no reason to doubt they would do another great job with this expansion.
Hey Mike, you're gonna
Yeah,
have
true.
you're gonna have a lot of games to play, man. If you think about it, when you get your PS5, you're gonna have Ratchet and Clank. You're gonna have Horizon. You're gonna
Horizon doesn't have a release date yet. I think it's like
Um,
next year maybe.
Yeah, it's gonna be beginning of the year,
Yeah.
I think.
I'm not playing
Yeah,
Ratchet.
Yeah,
You're
Horizon
gonna
just says coming to PS5. That's all it says.
I'm-
And then you're gonna have you have this Miles Morales. You got Destiny upgraded. You got Grand Theft Auto upgraded, dude. Man, you got so many games, dude.
Thank God for
All
Sony.
right.
So probably
Next on the list for first parties, we got Gran Turismo 7. Yeah,
Not for me.
I don't care either.
I mean,
It
it
looks-
looks
looks
good.
nice.
It looks really good.
But here's the thing: these games always look good because it's very easy to do inorganic shit and like reflections and stuff. Like cars always look sexy. Then you look at a person's face and you're like, ugh. So
yeah, you're right though. Gran Turismo has always, I think they've always looked really good, whatever system they were on.
Like, watch, Xbox is going to show Forza and everyone's going to go, whoa, the same shit they're saying for this. I mean, whatever.
True.
I never was big into the Gran Turismo games.
No, I haven't been into those in years, so I'll pass on this one too.
And then next on the list is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which we were just talking about. It says it's going to...
What'd you say?
Wait, what is it? It says it's going to... I'm just reading here. It says it's going to make use of the DualSense controller for enhanced feedback. So it looks like this one's really going to start playing with all the features.
I'll wait to see what people do with this DualSense. But I've never really played a Ratchet and Clank game, so I'm not... This one looks really good, though. Just the trailer looked really good.
The Ratchet and Clank games are fun. Especially the one that came out for PS4. I think it was like $20, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good.
I played a little bit of... I forgot which one I played a little bit of, but it's on PS now. I think all for one, some shit like that.
Yeah, that's a PS2 game, though.
Okay. I played a little bit of that one, but I didn't get the hype.
Yeah. Were you ever into like games. Spyro?
Nah, I hated those games. I hated like 3D platformers for the most part. I hated, except for Mario.
Crash Bandicoot?
Oh, and Crash Bandicoot. Mario and Crash Bandicoot were the only ones I liked.
Okay. Yeah, this is essentially a 3D platforming shooter, and then the thing that makes this game so fun for everyone is the ridiculous over-the-top guns that you get. It's just like really creative with certain things.
But it's Insomniac, so I'm sure they were good games.
This actually looks pretty cool because when you look at the gameplay, they're doing some weird shit with like teleporting. So it looks like you're going to be able to like Nightcrawler your way around a level. Kind of like how, Portal blew my mind with that concept. It looks like it's playing around with that same concept. So I'm pretty interested. Next on the list is Demon's Souls, which is a remake of the PS3 game.
Are you guys tired of remakes yet? No, am I the only one tired of remakes?
I'm not.
I'm not tired of it. I think so. For the most part, like they've been doing a good job remaking games because it's like they do it from like the ground. When it's done from the ground up, I don't really mind.
Agreed.
Like
I don't care for remasters. I'm not too crazy about, but full blown remakes like this one, yeah, definitely.
I feel like, I don't know.
The Tony Hawk games. The Tony Hawk games are looking the 1 and 2 that's gonna come out. That looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I played those games. I played those games to death back then. Tony Hawk, especially Pro Skater 2. Jesus.
Well, here's the other thing, Mike. We're old as fuck. There are gonna be kids buying the PS5 and they never fucking played this ever.
True.
It's all for the next generation. Because if you notice,
that's a good point.
For the most part, actually, not even for the most part, all of the games that they have fully remade completely, they're all old games that like young kids wouldn't know about. So, like, look at Resident Evil 2 and 3. How old are those games?
Those are probably the only 2 remasters that I would be like really excited to play because those look like really, really good remasters.
Yeah. Well, they're full. They're not remasters. They're full.
I mean, remakes.
Like, yeah, the ground up. So I actually played the original Demon's Souls because everyone told me how good the game was. This was before Dark Souls came out, and I fucking hated it.
I didn't like it either.
I hated it, but it was also because there was no tutorial. They kind of just throw you in there, and I was just like, I don't understand. Like, I died and I teleported elsewhere, and I'm like, I don't get the concept of this. And then people tell me later on, oh, Dark Souls explains it. I'm like, well, why didn't Demon's Souls explain it? Whatever.
Essentially, Demon's Souls is one of those hard games that it's like when you were playing the Jedi. When you die, you start at the beginning of the level again.
Yeah.
So
no, but in this one, when you die, they put you in like a whole limbo, like a whole other place, and you need to walk back to where it was. It's crazy. But I'd be down to try this remake because I'm sure it'll have a tutorial that'll explain something.
Nah, I beat Demon's Souls when it was on PS Plus. I'm good. I'll skip this one.
You did that one? Fuck that. And yeah, you're definitely skipping this thing.
I want to say me and Orlando started playing around the same time.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, but
I didn't like the level design. It was like too much back and forth. So you would have to like go somewhere and then retread your steps and then you die again when you already were at. Like, no. I just remember the first level dying so much and I was like, this is so annoying.
I do remember the first level. The level design definitely stood out as being really shitty. And I remember just walking into a room and a guy one hit killed me. And I was like, cool. Fuck this game.
Yeah, it's one of
Good
those dumb
times.
games where you walk and then someone's literally like on the corner and they just stab you. Like, all right, well,
That's why you
Now
gotta
I
be
know that
careful where
he-
you're going, nigga. Damn, niggas got knives and
No,
shit.
but-
What's wrong with you?
like,
Yeah.
think about it. You literally just walk through a door and the dude just is standing like right on the corner. He just stabs you as soon as you walk in. And you're dead. It's not fair. That's not even good level design. That's not even fair.
It's not about being fair. It's about being prepared for every room you walk in.
Yeah, those games are meant to be punishing.
Yeah.
Yeah. People like to make jokes that the way you play those games, you just dodge roll every time. That's all you do.
That
You don't walk. You just dodge roll into rooms. That's all you do.
pretty accurate. You don't never know who's waiting right next to the door, yeah?
All right. Next on the list, we got Project Athia, which is from
Looks
Square Enix, the
Which one
team
was
behind
that?
Final Fantasy 15. It's the one that looked like that. There was like that dragon at the end with like the fire in its chest.
I gotta
And,
see more of that one.
Yeah, I got to see more of it too. But it looked like I like the way the action was looking a little bit from what we were able to see, because it reminded me a little bit of what was that infamous one you guys just mentioned, First Light.
First Light.
Second Son.
Yeah. No, First Light. The way she was moving around, like gliding, like from platform
okay.
to platform,
Yeah,
it gave me
First Light.
those vibes. So if it's very like kinetic, like that, like fast pace, I think it'll be pretty interesting.
Yeah, that one looked interesting.
And of course, they give it like some Final Fantasy like
Vibe.
type, like a vibe with the setting, where it seems like it's futuristic, but at the same time, it looks like it's like old timey. So
They're good for that, yeah.
all right, next on the list we got Returnal, which is that astronaut game where you're kind of like dying and you come back. It looks like another reboot of not reboot, another like a Groundhog Day type thing.
Looks like it.
That's the one I was
Yeah.
just watching. I don't know. That one looks okay. Actually, it doesn't even
Yeah,
look okay.
I don't-
It looks average.
The thing is, we didn't really see gameplay. All we saw was like cinematic. So I'm like, all right, I need to
Yeah.
see gameplay to see what's going on. I mean, the concept of it sounds cool, but there's really nothing to go on.
I mean, isn't that what we do in games? Die and then come back? I don't understand the concept in this one.
Yeah,
That's all
it's
we've
true.
ever done.
It's true.
I guess they're just making it part of the story.
There's no need to replay it if you just load your checkpoint. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true, and that's the reason why those types of movies started coming out, because people were thinking of it as video games. So yeah, it's a little interesting. All right, next on the list is Sackboy: A Big Adventure, which is the ones that made Little Big Planet. So the difference with this I could see already is it's actually a 3D platformer rather than a 2D platformer. So
Okay.
Yeah, I think that one's actually gonna be like. Cause I remember when they started branding the PlayStation first party studios as PlayStation Studios, and they had like that. They had Sackboy in the intro, and it's like, why you have Sackboy when he hasn't had a game for like years at this point? Yeah, but I think there's not that much 3D platformers, so he's in like the right space to compete. There really isn't that much when you think about it, like 3D platformer. There's Mario,
yeah,
and I guess what the
Sonic. Isn't Sonic a 3D platformer now?
the
No.
nah
yeah, but it,
the ukulele games, those are 3D platformers.
no,
Guacamelee is not a
that
3D platformer.
So they were saying, you know how since we listened to Colin Orlando, he was saying in his latest podcast that Sackboy should have been the neck of PS4. Instead
Oh
of
yeah, that was
actually
Chris. I
skipping
was saying,
generation.
yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
agree.
Knack.
And that's true. Like Knack should
I
have
never played
existed.
Knack. I
It
never
should've
played
just
it,
been
so
Sackboy.
I mean, yeah,
they
I
were
mean,
just trying to come up with another IP. They tried.
yeah, I agree. I think this game looks good, and I think it's competing in a realm where like there's not that much space, like there's not that much competitors. So if it's a good game, this could be this can be like their Mario if they get it just right, and I think they will for the most part. It's not like it's not the same people that made Little Big Planet. This is Sumo Digital. They made Little Big Planet 3, so hopefully they can nail the 3D platforming.
3 got a bad rap just because it was too similar to 2. It wasn't that big a difference, so it's kind of like, why did you make a whole new game when it's just essentially an expansion? So that was the shit it got. It wasn't necessarily a bad game, it was just not worth the price point if you bought 2.
I played
So-
3. 3 was fine. 3 was a good game.
Yeah, it's good, but what was the difference between 2 and 3? There were different
you're
sack
right, yeah.
people.
Wasn't 3 more focused on like customization and creating your own levels and all that other type of
Two was all about that.
Oh, really? I never played any of them.
One and
so
two.
I don't
yeah.
know.
But I do agree with Orlando saying that this is probably going to be like their Mario for sure, especially with like Odyssey and stuff. But I think what's going to give this one the edge is that it's co-op, while Mario is not co-op. The co-op is you fly around in a fucking hat, which is stupid. So
That does sound stupid.
yeah, the Sackboy is definitely gonna do that. Next on the list is Astro's Playroom, which we talked about earlier. It's pretty much gonna be those little fucking robots that were part of the PlayStation camera, and now they're gonna start messing with the controller. That's about it.
Yeah.
Another one they announced that I was actually very interested in is Destruction All Stars, which looks like a Twisted Metal, but then you get to jump out of the cars, and it looks
A
like
kiddier version of Twisted Metal.
Yeah, they lost
Yeah,
me when it was
but-
kiddier.
The Fortnite
actually-
version of Twisted Metal.
that's what it is, man. It gave me Fortnite vibes. Yeah, and then they had fucking Chappie in there, or someone that looked like Chappie.
Chappy.
It definitely looks like Twisted Metal Fortnite for sure.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
But I'm cool with it because it looks like it's over the top, kind of like what was that GTA clone that's real over the top?
Saints Row.
Yeah,
Saints Row.
It looks like a Saints Row Demolition Derby. That's it.
I mean, it could be fun. I mean, Rocket League has modes that you can destroy each other, and that's always kind of fun. So like, vehicular combat games, there's not many of them. But just playing like competitively, like Rocket League, I can definitely see a game like that in that space. Because my deal with Rocket League is like, man, I wish I had weapons. Like every time I play Rocket League, I'm like, man, I wish I had like a missile right now, so I can destroy somebody before they kick that ball in. And so if this game can kind of nail that like vehicular combat like just right, then yeah, I kind of agree though. The aesthetic does look like Fortnite, which is kind of annoying, I guess, because everything looks like Fortnite now. Maybe it should have been like a Twisted Metal game with more grays and like dark hues. Like that would have been like a very like sinister look
Or
for
it
it.
could have just been Twisted Metal.
Yeah, it could have been a Twisted Metal game with like darker colors, more of like a sinister theme, and I think that would have been pretty cool. But
maybe it doesn't appeal to kids.
Exactly.
And kids
Yeah.
can't buy it,
They're going all ages for sure. They don't want to do a Mortal Kombat level shit, you know? No.
yeah, I think this showcase overall showed enough games that were like, there's something here for everyone. And that's one of those games that is definitely like, yeah, this is more geared to kids. But I think they could, like I said, if they can nail the vehicular combat, they have something there for sure.
All right. Next on the list, we got Godfall, which is a fantasy role-playing game focused on third-person melee combat and hunting down loot. So it essentially looks like a third-person. It looks like a third-person Diablo, which sounds like a cool concept.
Isn't that a Capcom game, right?
Gearbox.
It's Gearbox.
Gearbox. There you go. The ones who did Borderlands. Right?
Borderlands, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
gonna
later
get that
this
game, Mike?
year.
So people, man.
It looked good when I think they first announced it, but now that I've seen gameplay, nah, I'm good.
It looks okay. It doesn't look like anything crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't look anything
Yeah, it doesn't
spectacular.
look.
It looks like a
It's-
regular hack and slash.
You know, it's kind of giving me like a little bit of PTSD for Battleborn, because I remember I
Ugh.
bought that shit and I immediately regretted it and I returned it because that game was fucking awful.
Yeah, it was
So-
awful.
And that was also Gearbox, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
but-
definitely not playing this game.
Battleborn was the Overwatch game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we all played it
Oh,
together at one point. Battleborn?
Overwatch came
I
out, and
never
then
played it.
Battleborn. I played Battleborn with someone, and then I was like, I immediately regret this, and I returned it.
Because I just kept hearing bad shit about Battleborn, so I'm not even gonna bother.
I think that was
It was bad, dude.
I never bought it, but maybe like the beta or something. I played with one of you guys,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Do you know what
nah.
Battleborn essentially was? It was League of Legends, but you're first person. That was it. But you know how you use a move and it takes forever for your move to load? That's what it is. It's bad.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it seems at this point that Gearbox really can't make anything that's essentially like as good as Borderlands
Borderlands
in
2.
the series.
Yeah, because 3 they came out with, and they're like, it's not as good as 2.
2 was
Well, I mean,
so
3 supposedly-
good though. 2 was so
Three
good.
supposedly is good, but it did sell a lot, so
Yeah.
that's all they
Yeah, it
care
did
about.
sell.
It's one of their
It did
best selling
sell.
games. But
None of you
in
guys played
general,
No,
No.
I haven't played 3 yet.
Not yet.
there's just so many
Oh.
shooters honestly at this point that like I'm kind of
Yeah.
shoot out.
Me
already.
too.
Well, Max favorite
Yeah.
looter shooter is Destiny, so.
Yeah.
That was actually it for the first party ones. The other games they announced seems like they're going to be everywhere.
No, man. Weren't there some good?
Yeah, well, there's some console exclusives.
Yeah.
Bug Snacks is coming out for PS4 and Epic Games. I mean, so that's
never
PC
mind.
for
We're gonna start
PC.
with Bug Snacks.
Yeah, but Bug Snacks was the creator of Octodad. That's probably going to be on PC, right?
Yeah, that's what it says. It's gonna be on PC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So these are like console exclusive. This is not like PS5 exclusive.
Okay,
Deathloop is a time exclusive, which looks pretty cool.
Deathloop.
Yeah.
I'm interested in seeing more of.
But here's the thing. That's the second game that's going to have to do with looping after you die. So...
But that one, from what I was reading, is like another person can join into your game and become the assassin to like fuck with you while you're doing whatever you're doing.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So that is the part that sounds interesting.
It seemed like a first-person Hotline Miami. That's what I got from it.
So if someone can join into your game, so you're essentially saying that someone can be the nemesis in your Resident Evil game and chase you down.
Yeah.
That's going to be fucking annoying.
I mean, but you are the one that's able to turn it on or off, so it's not just going to be random. I mean, it would be random, but you would be okay with it.
It'd be better if you could never turn it off.
Yeah. Another game they announced at the reveal was the new Resident Evil Village, aka Resident Evil 8. Because the VILL make the V3.
I actually did like that. That was kind of cool. I was like, oh shit, look at them.
Yeah, I'm watching it, and you know what I thought it was at first because I saw the werewolf? I thought it was a sequel to that fucking werewolf game that was one of the PS3, PS4...
The Order?
The Order.
1986 or whatever.
I thought it was going to be a sequel to The Order where they did like a time jump, and then it just started getting really weird, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what this is. And then as soon as I saw Resident Evil, I was like, oh shit, that took me by surprise.
How do you guys feel about the first person Resident Evils?
I played 7 and I really like 7 because here's the thing: the only bad Resident Evil games are 5 and 6 because they're
5 isn't
action.
bad. Stop it.
Yeah, it sucks.
5 was good.
You're just saying it's good because it's got a black chick. That's the only reason why you're saying it's good.
Oh, it did have the black chick that you work with.
Sheba.
6 was terrible. 5 was
he
okay.
punches a boulder in 5. He punches a boulder.
That was
in 5.
towards the end when it started to go off the rails.
It went off the rails from the beginning. So pretty much those games are like straight action and they weren't horror. So that's why 7 went back to horror, first person, more slower pace where you got to worry about ammo. And it looks like 8 is going to continue that. So I'm excited for it. And they're bringing in fucking werewolves, so they're getting real crazy.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Ghostwire Tokyo? Which is also time exclusive and it's also coming to PC.
I think it looked better the first time around.
I gotta see more of it.
It looked really cool the first time around, and I'm watching it. I'm like, what is this? It just feels like what is it like? She uses like telekinesis or like
It's like Control.
Okay.
Control.
I think it looks cool. It just has Bethesda, so I'm expecting glitches.
Oh my god, it looks like it has potential. I have to see more of it, but it could be interesting. I mean, I guess depending on how the abilities work and how often you're able to use abilities and if they're really that interesting at all.
But visually, at least the style of it, I'm really digging the look. So
yeah. I think it does look interesting.
It's got my interest. It's definitely got my interest. What else do we got? Damn, what was the name of that one here? Well, let me just find this one here. Hitman 3. How do you guys feel about the new Hitman?
I think they've done good with the Hitman games, so...
I just bought the Hitman 2 bundle the other day for like $15, I think it was.
I'm still on the first one.
It brought everything. It brought
those
everything.
games.
There's just so much shit to do
Bro,
in that game,
You're not
man.
gonna play it. You're not gonna play it,
I'm not
bro.
gonna play it. But dude, it was 80% off, dude. How I'm not gonna buy it? 80% off.
That's pretty good. That's good as fuck. And as
I'm
massive as that game
Armando's
is,
logic. I'm never gonna play this game, but it's 80% off.
I gotta support them too, dude. That's all they have, man.
That's true.
And I want them to keep going.
Yeah.
Well, they are, and 3 is gonna make a killing.
I almost bought Shadowfall, the Destiny DLC, but it was only 30% off, and I'm just like, yeah, right.
Don't do it. You'll be fine.
I'm not gonna buy a DLC for 30% off. Get right out of here.
50% or better.
Yeah, I bought Forsaken for like $10.
I agree with you. 30% off.
Forsaken was their best DLC. That one's worth it. Everything else is whatever.
Yeah.
Well, Forsaken I bought a long time ago. I just realized that, and I looked at my history. I'm like, I had this. and I never and I saw that I bought it for $10. I'm just like,
I have to
smart buy, buddy.
re-download Destiny too.
What? You deleted it?
Yeah, man, because this stupid girl was over here. I was having to play shit with her. Her son wanted to play shit. It's ruining my fucking life, man.
I'm so
She was
sorry,
really,
man.
she wanted
Yo.
some quality time.
Put that shit to download right now, man, so we could play tomorrow.
Yeah, I put it to download. Actually, I'll wait to see how big the Last of Us is before I download anything.
Oh, you never
good
switched out
idea.
your drive?
Nah. And now that we're this close to PS5, it's no longer worth it.
Yeah, it's pointless. Yeah.
No
That
point,
is
yeah.
true. The other game they announced that I thought was really interesting was Kenna, Bridge of Spirits.
Ooh, that looked good.
I didn't watch
It
that.
looks like a more adult Pikmin
Yeah.
because it looks like those creatures help you out in the fights, and I thought that was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, definitely not
that
watching
game
that
looked
one.
really cool.
Yeah, it's like a third-person adventure thing where you play as this girl, I guess, that uses magic and like whacks people with a staff or whatever. But the creatures, these little creatures that live in the forest, they guess they're in danger, but if you free them, they help you out in the fights.
Oh,
So,
Yeah, it looked good. I liked it.
yeah, I think it looks really cool. And they got another Oddworld. I don't know if you guys have ever played an Oddworld ever.
they never looked interesting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're- The reason why they were so popular is because they were the first ones to use like a game speak, like where you actually had a microphone attached to your controller. So you're actually talking to the people to like either help you fight, to follow you, to stay or whatever. There was like a whole strategy to it because the
Yeah.
point of the game was to try and save as many people. You would get multiple endings. You would get a really bad ending if you didn't save anyone and you sucked. Or if you ended up saving like almost everyone, you get a good ending. So that was pretty much the reason why it's so popular. And obviously, with this new controller, who knows what they're gonna do with this Oddworld?
Good
That's
point.
another game that I think is taking advantage of the PlayStation power. 'Cause it looked
Yeah.
busy as hell. It looked really
Yeah, it looked
busy.
real busy because I remember you can only get like a few slaves at a time because that's what it is. Pretty much, your people are enslaved and you're freeing them, but there's always crazy shit going on that people have to die because no matter what. So that's essentially what's gonna happen. But yeah, the trailer looked like there was a fuck ton of people following you.
Yeah.
Well, that one's also coming out for PS4, so and PC. The Oddworld game.
Okay. I'm sure the 5 version's gonna have extra shit with the controllers. It's probably useless, but whatever.
I'm sure it's going to be useless.
You know, now that they mentioned the controller, how do you guys feel about the microphone embedded into the controller?
I like that.
Yeah, but they still have an auxiliary, so you can still do what we're doing right now with,
Yeah.
with the earbuds. So I'm cool with that.
I definitely
you get a
like
choice
that.
of 2.
Yeah, I definitely like that. More options, especially like for people who don't like low income families, like or not, or just you save all your money for your kids like Christmas gift, and like now you play with his friends. He doesn't worry about I think it's fine.
I wonder how the sound quality is gonna be.
I think we should test it out if we ever get one. Just
Probably
literally,
bad.
just use that. I don't think it'll be too bad.
I'm sure it'll be
probably-
good. The problem is that you're gonna hear that shit while you're fucking talking, and then that is where it's gonna suck.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
think
with-
it would be like.
Go ahead.
I think it'd be like when you're on his phone, like speakerphone with somebody.
Yeah, and it's picking
you
up
know,
like
you're on
all the
speaker.
fucking background noise and shit.
Yeah.
It's just going to be terrible.
And you're gonna put like the controller up to your mouth and go, "Hey."
Who's going to play like that? That's crazy. I mean,
Yeah,
people
exactly.
are going to, but that's crazy.
Yeah, they're gonna get mad at.
This.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be games that use it in weird ways or whatever, so we'll see.
How do you guys think about those new headphones? They look pretty pimp.
I actually didn't see.
I didn't see them. Nigga, you love the Sony headphones. Whichever headphones they
Yeah,
come
dude.
out with.
I still have my Sony headphones, dude. My PS3 version from Destiny.
I
I bought
actually
the
didn't
Destiny headphones.
Jesus. That shit
me
lasted
see.
you a long ass time.
Yeah, man.
PS5 headphones. Let me see what they
and you
look
still
like.
and you still hear me fine.
Yeah.
When we
I
play.
mean they
Crispy
look
quality.
like it says 3D audio.
There
I don't
you
know
go,
if that's
3D
something.
audio, baby.
It's called
you
the
gotta get
Pulse.
those, man.
Pulse 3D.
I probably get that to replace my Destiny headphones.
Dang, you gonna retire the big boys?
Yo, dude, it's been how long?
Long
When
ass
did
time.
Destiny come out?
I don't know, but it's
Destiny came out,
gonna be.
what, 2010.
We're coming on
No.
a decade. It's going to be a decade.
So yeah, Destiny's old. That's all, dude. I
Destiny
bought those
was
headphones
3
with
years. Destiny 2 has been like 6 years. Yeah, so you're between 8 to 10 years ago.
Damn.
Destiny.
You know, now that I'm looking at all the fucking things that the PlayStation has in it, I don't know, man. I'm gonna bump up my price point to another $50.
You think it's gonna be
2014.
600?
No. Because remember, I said 4 to 450. I think it's gonna be 450 to 5
Oh, okay.
for the two versions.
So you're sitting at where I'm sitting at. I said 450 to 5.
Yeah, I agree with you. The more I'm looking at the features, I'm like, yeah, man.
I feel like they have to be competitive, and I feel like I read an article where Microsoft says no matter what the Sony's price is, their price is going to be lower.
That's what Microsoft said.
Yeah, like they have permission to undercut Sony's prices regardless of what it is.
Damn. By 50
Honestly,
bucks,
they need it, man, because just look at the public view of how PlayStation's wiping the floor with them. They
Yeah.
need it. A $50 difference is gonna
It's going to be huge.
help them.
Holiday season, $50 makes a big. That's a whole other gift right there.
that's how
Yeah.
PS4 was though. PS4 was cheaper by 50, I think,
Yeah.
at launch.
But
Yeah,
Darn,
you
that's
got- you
crazy
got the
'cause, like-
system and you stayed for the games, so
Yeah.
they won.
but the thing is, like, currently, like they're losing. They're for sure both console makers are losing money off of their consoles. Like that's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
For Microsoft to cut 50 off and keep losing a lot more, like that's a lot. That's crazy.
It is ballsy, but maybe they're making back that money with Game Pass. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe-
So I wouldn't
because
get
Game
the
Pass is making way more money than PS Now. Because
I think they're about the same.
really, because
Or
every
can-
time someone talks to me, they're always like, "Yeah, I got Game Pass. Yeah, I got Game Pass." When I ask PlayStation users, "Do you got PlayStation Now?" Everyone stays quiet. No one's got that shit.
But we don't
I
need
think it's like
Game Pass because people feel like PS4 has so many games. People feel like Xbox doesn't have as many games, so you would
Fair
want
point.
that.
I think they're about this. I think there are more people who have Game Pass, but I think because like Xbox has a smaller number of an install base, that like a lot of people have Game Pass, but I think like it's like there were like 2 million people who have PS Now, and that's like 10% of like Microsoft's install base. That's like 2% of Sony's install base.
Yeah, that's
I think
lower.
I think Microsoft is like at like 40 million sold or like less.
There's no
And,
reason why if you have an Xbox that you don't have Game Pass.
Yeah.
I feel like there's no reason why you shouldn't have it. It's such a huge benefit to the gamer that it's just, I don't know. It gives you so much and you're paying so little.
Let me
Yeah.
see. Trying to
But-
see if there are any games.
I do think that like if the PS4 comes off, I mean PS5 comes, the all digital version is like only $50 difference, then I won't get the all digital. I'll just get the disc version. But if there's like a big difference, like 150 or something, then yeah, fuck it. It has to be a
thing,
major
$100 difference.
Nah, I think I'll just throw away the $100 and get the disc. Because if you guys are all getting it, then I can just keep borrowing all your games, so that's fine.
Hey man, I'm mostly going digital though.
Yeah, but Pedro loves to buy disc games.
Pedro loves buying disc.
He likes having clutter. I don't know why.
I like discs. I like putting them on a shelf and seeing what I got rather than
I like
shit.
pressing a button.
Yeah,
play a game.
you know how many times I've fucking bought games and I forgot. Well, it hasn't happened that much times, but a couple times I'll be like, oh shit, I don't own this game, but I do, and I end up buying like a digital fucking version, like a deluxe version instead, and I'm just like, oh my god, I had this game already. It's so stupid, and the PlayStation Store doesn't differentiate them. It's so stupid.
It does sometimes. It gives you the disc. If
Well-
you have installed it into your game previously, it gives you the disc.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes and sometimes like if you buy a version of the game, it won't let you buy the deluxe version because they're like you kind of own part of this game already. You can't buy this.
trying to remember which game it was. actually think it was the first Hitman. I ended up buying it even though I had the free version already.
Yeah.
Because remember, it was one of the free PlayStation games, and it was on sale, and I was like, oh shit, and I bought it. And then after I bought it, I think one of you guys had reminded me that it was free, and I was like, but I downloaded it, so why would they still charge me? It was weird.
Yeah, that normally doesn't happen. Yeah.
It could have been that I bought the extra features, like maybe the DLC. That could have been it.
Yeah,
maybe.
You probably the base version was free for you, like blocked out,
probably.
but you know the collector's edition was probably not. What comes with a whole bunch of different shit in it.
Yeah, that's probably what
Maybe
happened.
something
then.
like that.
But yeah.
Any last thoughts, gents?
As long as Spider-Man releases day one, I'm gonna be right there. Day one.
Holiday
It's-
2020, man.
Absolutely.
I was looking. It seems like it's a PS5 exclusive. So far
Which
it
one?
doesn't seem like it's coming to PS4. Miles
Nice.
Morales. I'm assuming it's gonna come to PS4, but so far
It
they
has
haven't
to.
really said anything.
There's no way.
Yeah. If that's the case, then they're gonna make a killing because you know how many people are so excited for Miles Morales. That's insane. Yeah.
But that would
I mean,
also
if you
turn
think
off a
about
lot
it-
of people.
Because Horizon isn't a PS5 launch
No.
window.
No.
So
No.
if they use Spider-Man as their launch window, that's pretty
good.
fucking smart. Like day and day,
yeah.
like.
Well, I don't think it's day and day. They say holiday 2020, so
Well, they
maybe
don't-
it comes
it's
out
'cause
a
they-
few weeks after.
No, I think they just say that because if they say the day, then they'll give away when the console releases.
Yeah.
So they don't want to
Ah.
do that. So that's why they just say holiday, because the PS5 comes out holiday.
Who knows? They could probably even push back Horizon because you know I've noticed a couple PlayStation games here like to push back whenever they're not ready.
Yeah. That
Well,
happens pretty
Horizon
frequently.
they haven't given it. I think Horizon will probably come out like, I would say April or February. around that
Horizon
time.
1 came out in February.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
it'd be closer to February for this one too.
I would say February or around April. No later than June.
Yeah, it can't come out later. It can't come out later because
Yeah.
you don't have any other games to support the PS5 at that point.
Yeah. You still want to be kind
You
of
need at
close to
least
launch.
one. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Cool, gents. Well, hope you enjoyed this conversation about the new PS5. Let us know what you think about the console. Did you like it? What's the price point? What do you guys think? Let us know. Till next time.
Bye bye.
Trump.
Later, guys.